Hello everyone, it's Ginger here, and this is an art haul video, hence the blank space. Oh, and I hit the camera already. That didn't take long, did it? Hey! So I've just taken delivery of some new art goodies. I needed some more paper. I've been working from my Royal Talons sketchbook, which is a watercolour sketchbook, which is this one, which is great. It's a soft cover. It does lie flat, so there is advantages to that, which is great, but it isn't particularly big. It's only 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres, and I kind of needed something a little bit bigger. So yeah, I'm just needing something a little bit bigger. So I got a new sketchbook. I couldn't help myself. I got some paper because I needed some bigger format paper for some of my bigger work, and because I couldn't help myself, I got some more pastels. But you know, what people don't know, and you know, they weren't expensive. I got the cheaper ones, but I've got some bits of paper lying around, so we'll show you. But the first thing I need to do is get this giant box up. Generally when I buy paper, big format paper, so I'm tempted to buy in rolls. I think one of these days I might. But this should be 70 by 50, I think. So I'm going to put this on a chair behind me. I will take everything out and put it on the table so you guys can see, because as you can imagine, this box is absolutely huge. So we're going to move this. It's quite heavy. Unsurprisingly, paper is really heavy. I love how Jackson's packet stuff and they for delivery, because they always make sure everything is really secure. And you can see there's like a million of these, all eco-friendly. They've used a ridiculous stuff. Let's see if I can show you. Flatten those one here. Get them out of the way, shall we? There we go. Right. Just the bubble stuff out of the way. Right, let me show you what they do. So to keep everything secure, with benders, what they tend to do is they gum tape everything in so that you can keep everything in one place and that it doesn't slide around. So you can see there's the size of the paper. They also put it within this wrapping, and then they put a cardboard backboard in as well to keep it secure. So let's get this off. This is actually heavier than it looks. Right. Oh, more of the air packets. Woo! Right, get rid of those. We have the Jackson's delivery note. So in here should be what I've ordered. So we will see. So first things first, this will be pastels. I also got some charcoal as well, some white large format charcoal, because I do love working with charcoal. And then that will be my new sketchbook. And now somehow I've got to work out how I'm going to get this paper out. Because they've really taped it in. Oh my gosh. Right, okay, come on. Sticky stuff, out the way. Right, come on, fight with the box. Hey. Oh, it's stuck to me and everything. Right. And then we've got, let's move the sketchbook a minute. Move them out of the way. Right. And then we've got the paper. So we're going to move the Jackson's box miles out of the way before it becomes part of the chaos. Right. Let's start with some easy things. No, let's start with the big thing, shall we? We can put them aside for the minute. So paper. Right, let's get a piece of this out so you guys can see. This is it the Aquila? Fabriano watercolour. So it's the Fabriano. £140, 300 GSM, 50 by 70 or 19 by 27 inches. This comes as a pack of 20 sheets and was on offer in their sale. So it's only £22.10, which makes the sheets £1.05 each, I think, which is pretty good going, I would say. Quite a bargain. So this stuff's quite thick. Come here. It is watercolour paper, so it does have a slight texture, which is fine, because I like working on things with texture. So, hopefully you can see that. I mean, it pretty much fills the whole of the camera here, so you can kind of get an idea roughly how big this is. And if I hold it up, you should be able to see the patterning on that. Is it patterned like that on both sides? The answer is yes, but I would say one side is more. I would say that side. I don't know if you, there you go. You should be able to see that. That's more embossed than this side, I think. So you should be able to just about see that. I think that's probably because it's embossed mostly on one side. It feels quite smooth. It's not very rough paper, but it's got the thickness. If I do that, you should be able to see how thick this is. So I'm going to pop that back in with the other 20. So we will test that out soon. I want to do some of my more textured landscapes bigger because it's easier for me in my eyesight. So I want to do something a bit bigger, and that's a really good size for me to work on until I get my own studio space. It's probably the biggest I really want to go in my current space. Right, let's have a look at this. This should be my new Etchr sketch pad. Etchr seem to be quite coming up in the world. This should be an 8" by 8" hot pressed. So it is watercolour paper. So I'm loving this. This is great. So their equivalent to bubble wrap is their eco wrap. And I have to give it to them. None of the stuff is machine wrapped. It's all hand wrapped out for delivery. So that must cost them a fortune in staffing hours. But look how nicely this is wrapped. I mean, honestly, you could give this as a gift the way they've wrapped this. So good on you, Jacksons. This is the paper gum tape. I love this stuff. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's also good for stretching watercolour paper. Right. Let's see. Oh, have you double wrapped? Oh, they've double wrapped it to protect it. That's even nicer. Oh, and it's in a box. I keep forgetting that these ones come in a box. So it's 8" by 8". I don't know if you guys can see this here. 8" by 8", 100% cotton, acid free, lies flat, customizable cover. We'll see what that means. Vegan friendly, which means there were no vegans harmed in the making of this book. Oh, that's interesting. They've sold it. Jacksons have sold it. Oh no, 230 grams. Yeah, so 230 grams. It's just 300 is the paper I'm thinking of. So 220. So it's quite a good thickness because a lot of sketchbooks are usually around about 140 to 160 GSM. So this isn't. There's 52 pages in this. I think there's 40 in the talons. So 42 in the talons. So there's more pages. Let's get the wrapping out of the way. There seems to be a million bits of wrapping going on. Now, how do I safely get into this? Seeking some inspo, scan the QR code. I won't scan it. To stream art classes to stream. Scan the QR code to stream art classes at Etchr Studio. We will have a look at that at some point. It's another one of these irritating little dot things. What does it mean by customizable front cover? Because I thought these were material. Does this mean I can embroider into it, maybe? Oh, it's like canvas. Huh. Well, that I wasn't aware of. Extra box. Chuck that down there. Interesting. Customizable cover. It's It's like canvas. It's like canvas. It's like proper cotton canvas. Cotton canvas? More like flax, actually. Or linen. It's more like linen canvas. So they've made the cover with canvas so that you can paint your own. Huh. Wonder what I can do with that. I might embroider on it. I know it sounds really silly, but actually, watch this space for a video and see if I actually do it. I think I'm going to embroider on it. Right. Here comes the fun. This is the only thing is it's great and it's eco and vegan friendly, but boy, there's a lot of wrapping on this. So here it is. It does have a band to keep it bound. We'll remove the sleeve. So there's the sleeve for those that want to see it. I will put the link that they've put on the QR code. I'll put that in the description for you guys. Right, we also have a ribbon marker. I find them really irritating and often that I cut them out. So the Etchr logo, which you can see here embroidered. That's what I mean when I say I might be able to embroider on this, but you should be able to see the texture. See, it's canvas. It feels so weird because it's like unprimed canvas. So it's kind of soft, but textured. So let's open this up. Can you paint on the first page, including the border page? I know that sounds really weird, but there are some people that do actually want to do this. Now this is lovely. This is this hot pressed? Yeah. So I got this one hot pressed. You could get it in cold press. At the moment, they're both on offer in Jackson's. They'll probably be offer over by the time I put this video up. But they have both the cold press and hot press of this. And I've gone for hot press. I wanted more of a smoother paper. My only issue is, I hadn't realised this, and I don't think they've realised, I might say this actually, is that these bits here, so the reinforced boarding on the covers has left indents across the top of the pages, and also a slight mark, like a slightly yellowing colour along the edge of the pages. And that indent goes through that page. Yeah, it stops there, but then this weird colour band, it's almost like there's like a yellow colour band across the bottom of each page, and that's probably where it's been exposed to something, but I don't know what. See the stitching there. And the traditional pocket for I have no idea what. Does anybody else use that? Can you please let me know what I'm supposed to put in it? Because anything I do put in it falls out, so I generally don't put anything in it. But yeah, so that's lovely, and I love the smoothness of the paper. That is going to be really lovely for my sketches, because I'm 10 pages in I think on the talons already, so that won't take very much. Right, okay, right, so that's the Etchr sketchbook. I really like it. I'm disappointed with the staining on the top and bottom of each page, but do you know what? I don't think it's going to matter for what I'm using this for. So, yeah. Why do these always get twisted? Like, seriously. Why? Right. There we go. Right, let's put that... Like, I'm running out of space. Let's put that behind me on the chair. Okay, people. Let's see what we've got in here. I don't really not got anything better floating. No, I haven't got anything else floating around. So I'm going to use this, which is some of the Handmade tents. I'll go get a proper sheet. Give me a second. Right, I've got a piece of the Handmade tents, so non-sanded paper. And we're going to see what we've got in these delightful little boxes. So, usual bit of packaging, keep them safe. Let's move the box there. We'll see what we've got in here. Oh, we have the Art Spectrum. This is the Flinders Red Violet. I was going for, looking for some more darks, because I go through darks like nobody's business, so we're going to stick that in the top corner there for the minute. So that's a kind of, it's a red violet How is it a red violet? The whole purpose of violet is that it's blue tone. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a red purple, as we will see on the paper. So then we've got this one. Oh, and this is not the other art spectrum. So this is Pafo Blue. So this is the dark blue. Oh, it's trying to roll off already. Art spectrum, different ranges. So they've got some, so they are soft pastels. I don't know how soft these are. I've never bought art spectrum before, so I thought I wanted to have a go. Right, we will, then in this box we've got one of the Jackson's soft pastel boxes. So I think I got these as the soft pastels, but not the extra soft pastels. So these should be greens. So we've got dark olive green and deep olive green. So one is more blue than the other. So that might come out better once they're blended down on the paper. Also notice that Jackson's have changed these from a white wrapper to a cream coloured wrapper, which is weird, because I hadn't seen that before. Let me see if I can get this to focus on them properly. No, you've just gone darker. Never mind, I'll have to adjust that in post-editing. Right, that's the other box. Oh, huh. For some reason that's all stuck in there. Right, here is our other two colours. This is a dark lavender blue, so there's a nice blue tone dark purple, and this is another dark blue, deep lavender blue. How is that? See, that's, I don't know, maybe that is blue enough to be a lavender. So they're both lavender blues, but one's more deep blue than the other. Right, let's just check that I've got everything here. So we've got the sketchbook, the paper, the two art spectrum, 1, 2, 3, 4 Jackson soft pastels. Right, and then I should have two charcoals. One which is this one, which is the Derwent tinted charcoal. This is the Mars. Yeah, this is the Mars Violet. See if there's an easy way to get into it. This is it here. I'm going to take it out of the box. I will put it back in the box because this stuff gets over absolutely everything. As you can see, it's already getting onto everything, including my fingers. Where's my cloth? So that's going to be fun. And then in here should be some Cretacolor. This is condensed charcoal, so this is harder. I'm going to check how water soluble each one is, but that's the Cretacolor. Right, so let's have some fun. I'm going to try these out, and I'm also going to add a bit of water and wash them down as well so we see what we get. Let's move some boxes out the way. Okay, right, folks, let's see what we've got. Let's do the art spectrum first. So this is, let's move this over so you can see. So this is the Flinders Red Violet D. You see it's a very dark kind of plum purple. It's a little bit grainy, the art spectrum ones, but other than that, it's okay. You're gonna let me, are you focused? Not focused? Let's check. There you are, right. It's, yeah, it's a little scratchy. It's kind of almost a little chalky. So let's do another square. Quite a bit comes off, and where's my brush gone? I was like, where's my brush? Right, let's try and get some green out of the brush before I use it. Right, let's add a bit of water and see how water soluble this is and what sort of colour we get. Oh, it breaks down pretty well, actually. It's a lovely, it is a lovely tone, if you know what I mean. Okay, Once that dries, we'll probably see it better because it's always darker when it's wet. But yeah, it's a really lovely colour. It's got grey tones to it, which is really lovely. Okay, so that's our purple. Let's do our blue. So this is the Patho Blue N. I don't know what these letters stand for afterwards. I'll have to look that up at some point. You can see there's a lot of dust coming off them. Are you going to sit? I mean, they're not as soft, for example, as the Unison or the Blue Earth, so they don't spread as far when you rub them in. Let's try it with some water and see what we get. With my brush. Try and get some of the pink off that from the purple. Now I'm stood right on a creaky part of the floor. Ooh, that's pigmented. Yeah, it's taking a bit to get it to break down. And again, like the purple, it has got a grey tone to it, which is why I picked these two. That makes them perfect for the landscape work. But yeah, no, that's nice. I like that one. You notice how when I've added water, when it's broken down, it's got almost like a brownie, yellowy brownie tone as well. All right, you guys, move everybody up. Stick you there. Okay, so this is our Jacksons, who make their own as well, and this is dark olive green. So let's try this one. So this should be our yellow tone one, and you can see that more on the paper than you could in the stick, which is nice. This is softer and also smoother than the Art Spectrum, which is interesting. Okay. No, stop trying to roll away. Does it spread as far? No, it spreads as far as the Art Spectrum. But yeah, you can see the yellow tones in that. That's quite a nice, it's quite a nice dark green. Right, let's get a bit of water. Okay. So it's resisting the water more than the Art Spectrum. It does not want to budge as much and spread. So if I was using these, I wouldn't necessarily use them for an underpainting because they just don't want to move. Look at that. You don't want to move. Okay. Well, who'd know? It could be the type. It could be the pigment though. Don't ever assume otherwise. Let's have a look and see what's the price difference between these guys. So the Art Spectrum, the Flinders Red Violet was £2.90. I'll put the dollars below. And the Patho Blue was £3. Now Patho tends to be more expensive because the blue pigments are always more expensive. So £3. The Jacksons were all the same price regardless of the pigment. Bear in mind, I've got two lavender blues here, and they were all £2.50, so they were 50p cheaper. I wonder if there's a weight difference because they are longer, but they're also thinner. So are you getting more? Are you getting more grams? Let me grab a weighing scales. I don't know if it'll register. Yeah, I don't know if these might be too light to register on the scale. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that because the backlight's gone on it. But it's a 000. What are we in? We're in ounces. That's not helpful. Pounds, grams. Right, let's do this in grams. So this one is 16 grams. What about the other Art Spectrum one? 16. That's very uniform. 16 grams. And with the way they're rolled, I'm tempted to say that they are not necessarily hand rolled. Now this is the Jacksons. 18 grams. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let's weigh the other three. 17. I expected some difference because these are hand rolled. 16. 16. Great. So weight wise, they are the same or above the art spectrum. So you're getting roughly the same amount of pastelage and pigment as the art spectrum, and you're paying 50p less, which is quite a bit. Right, let's take that away. The only difference being is that whatever the binder is in the Jacksons, is it's not allowing it to break down with water properly. Let's go dump the scale. Right, let's try the rest of these. I'm going to keep moving these up. Yeah, can I rub that out? I don't know. It's probably going to make a huge mess now. Oh no, we're okay for the time being. Right, let's spread these out a bit more. They're going to roll no matter what I do. Right, so this is the deep olive green. So this should be more of a blue tone. Oh yeah, you can see almost straight away. Which is good for where I live because there's a lot of pine trees in the Highlands and they tend to be on more of a blue-green tone than normal trees. Normal trees, what am I on about? Just more general trees like oak, for example. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely more blue-green. Let's clean the brush, get some water. So you can see how granulated this is in the way it's picking it up, and that's definitely caused by the binder. Well, I say by the binder, it's more likely to be because of the filler than the binder. Don't know if they actually say anywhere what they actually use. Soft pastels is becoming a bit like a secret art trade. People with secret recipes. Does it say on here? No, it doesn't. It doesn't say. Okay, right. This is our dark lavender blue. So this is more of the purple tone lavender. So yeah, there's definitely like a feel difference between the Jacksons and the art spectrum. Right, let's add some water. I think I might have added slightly too much to that one. You see, it picks up a lot of hard pigment as particles, and they just sit in the water. So you can see them all, these particles just sitting in the water. So you can see the difference now as these dry, how lighter they are. So they are drying back close to similar to the actual pastel, but it'll always be more saturated and pigmented without the water added to it and then spread out. But you can see how far out it goes. These, not quite. Right, so this is our more blue tone. So this is our deep lavender blue. That's because I wanted a nice kind of mid to dark blue. They're still not as dark as I really want. These are the darkest so far. But you can tell this is a lavender blue because the Pafo's got more yellow in it. I'll be having some fun later getting them all out of their wrappers because I literally just chuck them all into my box unwrapped. And therefore you never really know which one you're picking up. I mean, I do. Weirdly enough, you get to know by feel. Ask any pastelist and they'll tell you. They'll get to know by feel and shape which pastel they're working with. It's really funny. Every pastel has its own feel type. Okay, right. That's good. Right, let's try the Cretacolor. I don't know if you guys can, I don't know how well, you should be able to see it there. It says Cretacolor 40702-2, which is this stuff. I mean, the minute I've touched it, it's all over my hands. So we're just gonna block. Look how dark that is. I mean, it is soft. You can tell it's charcoal. It's just, even on your fingers, it's gorgeous. Right, got a damp finger now, which is not helping. Right, let's smudge that out. Okay, I know that compacted charcoal often, it doesn't blend, but it doesn't travel as far if you're smoothing out your fingers. So I'm going to try this one with water. I don't know if it's water soluble, this one. I never looked it up. I know the Derwent is, because it's designed to be. Oh yes, look at that. Ooh, that's nice. You can see it's gone a bit grainy in the water, but that is nice. That definitely lifted. Interesting to see how light that goes when it dries. Now, our big one that seems to be shedding everywhere. So this is the Derwent tinted charcoal. This is Mars Violet, so it's a violet block. So you can see that there. So it's a hefty block. So we'll go, I mean, look how soft it is. It's almost as, I tell you what, it's almost as soft as the, well, no, it is almost as soft as the Blue Earth. It's just eaten into the grain of that, no problem at all. Right, I'll make that a small block. So you can see it's got a slight violet tone to it. Right, let's, oh, look at that. I could probably go a long way with that. Oh, I want more of these. They've got like 6 different colours, I think. 5, 6. Oh, look, just completely smoothed that out. I could probably keep going, but I don't want to go into the block that I've put down for the water. That is gorgeous. That just goes. Be interesting to see how far it goes at some point. Right. Oh, that literally just dissolved straight into that water. There isn't even any patterning left on the paper. Look, I don't know if you guys can see. If I pull the water, you can see none of it. Like, you can see it there. You know, where you lay it down on the paper, you should be able to see it. And that literally just completely dissolved. Oh, that stuff's gorgeous. Look at that. Be interesting to see what colour tone that dries as, actually. But it has got a violet tone to it. I know most people look at that and go, oh, it's like when you rub it out, it doesn't stay black. It's not supposed to. That's the whole point. I don't know, do? I think they probably do the black, but this is tinted charcoal for a reason. It is not black. I didn't want black. But, oh, yeah, that is gorgeous. I really want to see if I can experiment with some of their other colours. I have to see if I can get the rest of their range and then just do a whole painting with the tinted charcoals with some water, because that is just amazing. I mean, this is, don't get me wrong, the Cretacolor is great, and I'd probably use that over the top of this to do finer, darker details. In fact, let's just try. Yeah, so that goes over that without a problem. So yeah, no, I would definitely be recommending the Derwent tinted charcoals. They are just amazing, and the way that broke down in the water was really good. So that is everything in my art haul for this art haul. It's not that often I can afford to do art hauls. I'm not monetized, so any money I get is from sales of paintings and other stuff. So yeah, but this is a really good selection. I'm really pleased with what I've got. I've got more of my blues, purples, my dark tones, which would be great for my landscapes. And I also want to do a lot more work with charcoal and then pastels on top to be able to create some landscapes, kind of mix them together, especially as this one is so amazing with water. In fact, I suspect that I could probably use the wet brush to pick up the charcoal straight off the brush, much like an inking block. And then use it that way as well. So that'd be an interesting challenge to see. You can see the difference between the Jacksons and the Art Spectrum when I've added water. I will say It kind of depends on what you're doing with them and what you usually do with your methods of laying pastel as to which will be more appropriate for you. I like the softness of the art of the Jacksons for laying down on paper and moving around with your fingers. They have a nicer finger feel, they blend really well and they blend out really well. However, if I was using them to create my underpainting, yeah, they don't blend with water, they don't lift with water very well, they don't blend with water very well. They are very fixed, which is great if you just want to pick up a tone of it and leave behind the area you were working on. And if that's how you want to do it deliberately, then that's great, that's perfect for that. But like most people and pastelists who use pastel for their underpaintings and use alcohol or water, that might not be so easy. Now, I haven't tried them with alcohol, and my bottle of isopropanol is not here, so maybe I'll do that in another video, but I suspect it probably won't be that different. However, the Art Spectrum ones did absolutely blend out with water and not a problem at all. But pricing wise, like I said, the Art Spectrum are more pricey than the Jacksons. So if you're on a budget, that's definitely a way to go, is to get the Jacksons ones. Especially as pigment wise, the amount of actual pastel you get for your pound, you actually get more per pound with the Jacksons than you do with the Art Spectrum. So hopefully you guys have found this really useful. I am really looking forward to starting some sketches in my new Etchr book. Obviously, I'm still working with the Royal Talons as well. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this art haul. Hopefully this has maybe given you some inspiration and some ideas on what art supplies you want to buy next when you're out shopping, or as we've got Christmas coming up, what to maybe suggest to friends and family to get you. The great thing about pastels is you can go to somewhere like Jackson's, I think Blick do it as well, and select individual pastels and create a shopping list that you can send to people to show them, you know, these are some of the colours I want, or do a surprise me, you know, at only a couple of pounds a pastel. You know, somebody can buy you easily 5, 10, 20 pastels and just let them pick the colours, and then that's what you're going to be working with. So yeah, there's lots of different things, but it's Christmas coming up, and hopefully this has given you some ideas, or some ideas for friends and family, and hopefully you found it really useful, the information on these. So ta-ta for now, and I will see you all soon.